Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and welcome to Scotty Ray's Morning Weather. It is Friday, April the 17th. We've made it toward the end of another week, and we're halfway through the month. Can you believe that? Now, a lot of you are probably sitting at home going, "You hadn't been with my kids all month. This has been the longest place that I've been." Well, bless your heart, you're going to have them to the end of the school year because they're not going back to school now. Call grandma, grandpa, they'll help out. Now, I hope everything is going well and you're getting and enjoying yourself with the extra time that you're getting with the kids this year. Well, as we prepare this morning for weather, let me do a heads up and let you know you should be prepared. We might have more bad weather moving in on Sunday. I'll give you details in just a moment. As we thank our sponsors that make our coverage possible to you, of course, the good folks at Hooper's on 22nd Avenue in downtown Meridian. We head out to Collinsville to Joe and all the gang there at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, and the good folks at Rick Justice on North Frontage Road here in Meridian. If you need a car, go in and see Tom. They'll help you out in any shape, form, or way. As we go over and take a look at radar this morning, it is absolutely fine and clear all the way out past Dallas, Texas, to Abilene. As we go to our east over toward Atlanta, Macon, Georgia, no rain in sight. We've got to go due north all the way up towards, what is this? Oh, yeah, St. Louis. That way they've got some showers this morning, but thank heavens they've got it. We don't. But trust me, we're going to get our fair share of this coming up before too long. As we prepare and get ready, today, clouds for the most part, 78 for a high, just under 80. Tonight, we'll get a 30% chance of showers. That low bumping 60, 58 maybe for a low. By tomorrow, cloudy in the morning hours, possibly a little chance of sprinkles there early, and then sunshine by the afternoon, becoming sunny, 78 for that high. But tomorrow night is when things take a turn for a different way. 60% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night. We'll hit that low of probably about 58, somewhere along in there again. Sunday is when the weather turns bad. As we go over and start taking a look at what the National Weather Service is telling us, we look at this. Wow, giving us a 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5 is where we are. Last weekend, we were 4 out of 5. This weekend, we're 3 out of 5 on that risk schedule. Now, what they're telling us is most likely straight line winds with this instead of tornadoes, but there is that possibility for tornadoes as well. 60 to 70 mile an hour winds mixed in with this, some large hail, and these tornadoes cannot be ruled out. Prepare now. If you prepare and nothing happens, you've just lost a little bit of time. That doesn't matter. Don't lose your life over this because we did lose so many lives in the state of Mississippi. We're up to 14 now. We'll go over those totals in just a moment. But pay attention to this. We could get up to 2 inches of rain, 1 to 2 inches with this, and severe weather Sunday afternoon. And then from what I'm hearing, if all models kind of stay the same, possibly another chance next Wednesday. So we're in a very active month here in April as we prepare for possibility of more tornadoes. And again, we don't want to lose any lives. We want everybody to be safe. So prepare, have you a plan for Sunday afternoon. You got 2 days to do this. If your home is not safe and you know it, and we start talking about this on radar and it's an hour or so out from your home, go ahead then, evacuate, get to where you need to be. That gives you plenty of time. You don't want to leave in the middle of a tornado because you can't outrun them. So plan now and save your life later. That's all that matters. We don't want to lose anybody. As we look at stats that are now coming in from last week's on Easter Sunday tornado, let's take a look at what they're telling us. They've tracked this, that as I mentioned a moment ago, the death toll now in the state of Mississippi is up to 14 and 36 across the South. I want to point that out. That's a lot of lives that were lost. We certainly hate that. And our thoughts and prayers to each and every one of those as the rest of us can rebuild, or maybe you had a shed blown down in your home, you can replace that. That life cannot be. So keep every one of these. They had somebody, a brother, a sister, an uncle. Keep them in your thoughts. Just sad. As we look at this now, this is the stats that we're getting back from the National Weather Service. It was we had 2 of them, an EF4 and a 3. The first one, which began 2 miles southwest of Bassville down in Jefferson Davis County, it tracked 68 miles to 1 mile north of Pachuta in Clark County. Now, this was an EF4 estimated at 190 mile an hour winds. It had a 2.25 mile wide track that went through Seminary, killing 8 people. Now, with this, it stands as the widest tornado on record in the state of Mississippi. It beats out that 2010 EF4 that we had that went through Yazoo City, and it ranks the 3rd widest in the United States history right here in Mississippi. It's our number 1, the United States number 3. It's awful. 68 miles. We look at that second tornado that rolled through. It had an 84-mile wide track. It began southeast of Topeka, Mississippi, down in Lawrence County, tracked up to Rose Hill, just southwest of Rose Hill. It was an EF3 with winds of 150 miles an hour, had a 1.116 mile wide track that we had injuries but no deaths with that one. So two of those, they were big. If you'll remember, they kept pushing that this was going to be a wide tornadic day with long track tornadoes last Easter Sunday, and it proved to be 84 and 68 mile long tornadoes. Now, that's just horrible. So again, I want you to be prepared for coming up Sunday afternoon for the possibility of bad weather. We're still a day out. Some things could change, but we're at a 3 of a 5 for Sunday afternoon. As we begin our news, we look at all of this coronavirus that's going on in the United States. They've tracked this back to Wuhan over in China, a lab over there, getting out of that lab. How did it get out? The United States and Canada both give money to this for research. Somehow or another, this got out of that lab. Was it done purposely? Well, I can't prove that, but it's sure lining up to be, because there was some cover-up, still cover-up going on with this, a deadly thing that could have been stopped there. We don't know if it was malicious or it just accidentally happened. They're investigating. Hopefully the truth will come out on this. As we go to our next story, Reese Witherspoon is getting some backlash over a giveaway. She's tied in. She has a clothing line. Which, on a good gesture, she put out that the company that does her clothes were going to give away a dress to school teachers. And the way it sounded was that every school teacher that entered would get one. Well, in the fine print, I think it was 250 teachers who actually got one. The rest of them are upset. Always remember, you're not going to get anything for free. It sounds too good to be true. It most likely is. I've been waiting on Ed McMahon so long, it's now Steve Harvey giving it away. And I don't think Steve's going to show up either. Just always remember, nothing's free in this world. As we look at our next story, you hate to say this with somebody's family being involved, but you go back 3 years. The pitcher, Roy Halladay, had a plane crash back in 2017 and died. They've gotten back the results of all of this. He had a bunch of drugs in his system, was doing plane flips, dives, anything that rolls, and he didn't really know what he was doing. He was messed up on drugs, and he crashed and died. We give our condolences to his family as well on that. You hate to say these things. As we go to our next one, New York City, well, they've extended the lockdown there in the city until May the 15th. Hopefully the rest of the nation will get out May the 1st. We don't know yet, but New York's already said, hey, we're going through the 15th. So they're on lockdown. New York, of course, is the center of the outbreak in the United States. We hope it passes and that this will clear up before too long. Homeless man. This just goes beyond disgusting how anybody could do someone this way. You know, you look at things like this and you want to turn to Clint Eastwood, bring back that movie, Hang 'em, and hang 'em high. A homeless man was sitting out of a business that was shut down, minding his own business. Of course, homeless man doesn't have anything. This guy rides by on a motorcycle, throws gas or some form of fluid that will ignite and lights the man on fire for no reason. The guy's been caught, 45-year-old guy. Meanness. The man was 68 years old, third-degree burns. He's in a hospital. They're trying to treat him, and there's no sense in this. Hatred in this world. For what reason was this done? We've got to make examples of people that do these things to stop others from doing it, being copycats. I think we need to step up to the plate and do something. Let's hope so. It's California, and let's keep our prayers for that man that was set on fire for absolutely no reason at all. And final in news stories that's out there, did you watch Rambo, First Blood, the very first one, with the sheriff that started it all after John Rambo has passed away, Brian Dennehy, 81 years old. He was also in my second favorite Western in the whole wide world. Of course, there's no Western better than Josie Wells, the Outlaw. We all know that. But he was in Silverado. Loved that movie. Had Kevin Costner in it. He was also the sheriff in that one. Passes away from a heart attack with complications at the age of 81 this week. Condolences on that. You really, those old Westerns are really good. You hate to see that. We pass along condolences to his family because, you know, he's going to be missed. Something ferocious there. As we start looking at what we've got when it comes to the coronavirus, we go over and take a look at what we've got in the state of Mississippi now. 3,624 cases so far in the state with 129 deaths total so far. We look at Lauderdale County, we're now up to 174 cases with 12 deaths. We go up to Kipper, 16 cases. Noxubee County, they're at 18 cases. Over to Winston, 24 cases. And we look in Neshoba, they've got 39 cases with their first death now. just rough there. Clark County has 20 cases and 1 death as well. We look at the world map, and we're up to 2.1 million cases, 146,000 deaths worldwide, with the United States having 671,000 cases altogether everywhere. Well, that's a look at the news. And remember, Sunday afternoon, some bad weather rolling in. We don't want anyone to be hurt whatsoever. We want you to be on top of this weather situation. And remember that when it comes to the weather this time, we've got a 2 out of 3, a 3 out of 5 chance of it being severe weather on Sunday afternoon. So that's where the weather is. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. I hope it's a great day for you. And remember, when the weather turns bad, I'll be here. Pass this on to a friend so they can watch on Sunday afternoon and be prepared. We'll be here to keep you and your family safe at Scotty Ray's Morning Weather.